Hello and welcome. My name is Sonia and welcome to my channel. Creating art is one of life's greatest challenges. You don't just decide one day you'd like to be an artist. When you tell your parents you want to be an artist, they most likely would say, as mine did, well, Sonia, that's a nice hobby, but you have to go and get a real job. Otherwise you can't pay for life. We don't want to be artists for the fame, the money, or the glory. And it's not about pumping out beautiful artwork after artwork, putting them in some grand gallery and having the art elite pay you huge sums of money for them. That's very unlikely to happen. Being an artist is actually one of the more difficult paths to take in your life. There are so many aspects I could talk about, but today I'd like to focus specifically on one thing: our muse. Why? Why do we create? Well, art is a feeling. First and foremost, creating art is about processing your emotions and laying them out on a piece of paper or canvas for the world to see, which is terrifying. But you're probably thinking, well, yeah, I can do that. I've got emotional depth. There's happy, sad, fear, anger, love, joy. Yes. But that's not going to cut it. You'll probably run out of ideas in about 4 or 5 months and your work might be a little bit bland. It won't cut through to really connect with people. Let's call these surface emotions. What I'm actually talking about are your soul's emotions, the language of your soul. Perhaps our emotions are really the voice of the soul. We never really get taught how to listen to ourselves, how to have a relationship with our true self. I'm not talking about the self we present to the world, the good daughter, the loving mother, the supportive wife. I'm talking about the self you were before the world assigned you with that list of expectations and requirements. Our emotions and feelings are the navigational system for who we are. From the very deepest parts of our soul, our emotions are true to who we are. And with our emotions being the voice of the soul, this voice, it can create an energetic force with the strength to guide us in our life. Artists are a certain type of person. We start the artistic journey with a calling, a passion to create something, whatever that is. Usually we're not even sure what that is ourselves, but we really need to do it. So we begin knocking out artworks that we know we can create and that we think people will absolutely love and certainly will buy. We draw, we paint something and we know, look, they're not the best, but hey, I've sold a few to some family and a couple of friends have also bought some, and it's all going really well. It's all going to plan until one day, nothing. Everything grinds to a painful, deafening halt. Before you know it, your walls are full of your own artwork, your studio space is crammed, and your bank account is, it's not happy. The creative urge, well, that dies a painful death, and you reevaluate your life's choices. But you're an artist, so a month or 2 or 8 or 9 months later, that irritating creative urge, well, it comes back. And all you know is that you need to do something different. Your feelings of failure and frustration are so intense they almost strangle your urge to create. But of course they don't, because you're an artist and you're starting to understand why artists are considered a little bit loopy, a little bit quirky by those who don't identify as an artist. I mean, your walls, they're now overflowing with artworks that you absolutely hate with a passion. But you go out to your favorite shop on planet Earth, the art store, and you spend more money on more art supplies because that makes you happy. But those feelings of failure, confusion, frustration, the self-loathing, they've been bursting inside of you and they're more than you can bear. Your only way to release these feelings is to create something, anything, and this, my friends, is where the creative journey begins. Welcome to the roller coaster ride that is being an artist. From here it gets messy. You're forced to deep dive into your chaotic emotional state as you battle with your logical side, if you have one, about the practicality of actually committing to this journey. You'll explore your deepest, darkest fears as you create art that absolutely no one will ever purchase or even see, all the while knowing that you simply must continue. You'll ride the spectrum of emotions from the darkest echo chamber of doom and gloom to the lightest, brightest highs as you experience breakthroughs here and there. The journey will be long. Actually, I don't believe it ever ends. The journey is ongoing, but this is not a negative thing. The emotional, spiritual, and artistic growth that you will experience on this journey will blow your mind. You'll discover more about yourself than you ever knew, and you'll be on your way to developing a greater understanding of your emotions and who you really are. Dive into your emotions and use them in your creative process. As you work through your feelings, you'll also be expanding your creativity, improving your art technique as you go. Art is great therapy. Any artist will tell you that. For me, my art is my meditation. It's where I process and deal with the emotional ups and downs, the traumas, the frustrations, and the confusions that life throws at me. Art has saved my life, and that's definitely a story for another video. But the practice of creating art allowed me to focus my mind during some very chaotic and scary times. It offered me a calm, quiet, safe space to exist where everything around me felt like it was collapsing and burning. And so art was my safe space and my only refuge. And one line or dot at a time, I drew my way into a new reality, a new life, to be where I am today, sitting here in front of you. The process of creating art is always without any judgment and is always a safe space to exist. Creativity is the best tool for our soul's greatest growth. And of course, I'm not just talking about art as in painting and drawing. I'm talking about music, dance, cooking, writing, sewing, sculpture, gardening, photography, whatever it is that fuels your soul. So all I can say is embrace the beauty of the chaos. And hold on, because the ride, it can get pretty scary at times, but don't worry. Our emotions are always best faced head on. The scarier the ride, the deeper the soul connection, and that's where you achieve the real growth. The path ahead will no doubt be bumpy, but with creativity on your side, it can definitely be one of the best rides of your life. I hope you've been able to connect with some of the things I've spoken about today. I'm very new at creating videos, so I hope you can support me in my journey here on YouTube. Let me know if you have any feedback in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys and learn how I can improve and do better at this. So much love, my creative friends. I will see you next time. Bye for now.